Brexit deal vote on December 30, say Tory Brexiteers, EU talks to run down to the wire. The Brexit deal could return to the House of Commons on December 30 as trade talks run down to the wire. Boris Johnson and the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said substantial progress had been made on a Brexit trade deal following a phone call on Thursday, but both are still warning there are significant obstacles to overcome. They include fishing rights, the level playing field to ensure neither side can unfairly compete with the other on environmental standards, workers' rights or state subsidies, and the legal mechanisms to govern any deal. BBC Newsnight political editor Nicholas Watt said Tory Brexiteers think a deal will return to the House of Commons on December 30. He said, there are two main sticking points. The first is the level playing field, and there has been a lot of discussion about the UK if it diverges in the future. Progress has been made on that, but Boris Johnson has some very, very serious concerns that the EU could get a competitive advantage over the UK by using its massive COVID recovery plan for a big injection of state aid in the future. The other big issue is fishing. There seems to be a deadlock on reducing the pace of EU access to UK waters. He added, there is talk in Brussels of giving Boris Johnson space so he can sell an eventual deal to Brexiteers in his party. But there is some annoyance in the UK that the EU is overplaying the idea of a deal. The UK is saying there are real problems and the Prime Minister is prepared for no deal if that's what he needs to do to protect the sovereignty the UK has got from that Brexit referendum. Talking to Tory Brexiteers, they do sense that a deal is in the air but not at any price. They don't think it's going to come next week, they think it might come just after Christmas and then a vote in the House of Commons on December 30 that obviously is right down to the wire because the transition ends at 11 p.m. New Year's Eve. Negotiations between the UK and EU will continue on Friday, but time is running out to reach a deal with just a fortnight until the end of the transition period. After the 7 p.m. call, which was not expected to be a breakthrough moment, Mrs. von der Leyen said, we welcomed substantial progress on many issues. However, big differences remain to be bridged, in particular on fisheries. Bridging them will be very challenging. Negotiations will continue tomorrow. Mr. Johnson told the Commission President that it looked very likely a deal would not be agreed unless the EU position changed substantially, Number 10 said.